Hi, everyone. Today, I want to share with you the situation in the world, particularly the situation seen or experienced by the Chinese Communist Party. I would say, CCP, they are now in a desperate situation. Why I say so? Well, let's start with the story of this still for months ago, still foreign minister of China, Qin Gang, yeah, being the second biggest economy in the world, such a huge country, and the Chinese communist propaganda used to tell people everything is so fantastic in China, everything, the rising power of China, and then a foreign minister who was assigned as foreign minister just for half a year ago and suddenly disappeared from everything. Nobody knows. And when journalists ask the spokespersons of the foreign ministry, that means they ask him about where's your boss, where's the Chinese foreign minister? No answer. Sometimes they say, some say he has health problem. And then the Chinese ambassador in America, his answer was, let's see what happened. Very strange. Let's see what happened. Now, and important to know is this foreign minister or ex-foreign minister, Qin Gang, he was handpicked by Xi Jinping. Yeah? He was for a few years ago, I think 3 years ago, he was still just someone responsible for official ceremony. When state visit come to China or Xi Jinping goes somewhere else, then he is the one who makes sure that where to put the red carpet and when you should start playing the Chinese national song and these kind of things, right? So he got very early a lot of contact with Xi Jinping, and Xi Jinping and his wife like him, so he got promoted. Yeah, so quickly became ambassador of China in U.S. And that ambassador is the most powerful ambassador. I mean, the highest ambassador of all ambassadors, right? Because even for the communists, USA is always the most important country. And then a couple of years later, he got promoted to become a foreign minister with very fast, rocket-like career. But and suddenly disappeared. And now we know, after 1 month, he got dismissed. Yeah, he was fired with no reason at all. Just say that he is no longer. And then who is the new foreign minister? Well, there's someone called Wang Yi. Maybe there's the former foreign minister, whom Qin Gang replaced him. Right? So. Isn't it a desperate situation? You can't even give a reason, and then you just let him disappear, and then you put the former foreign minister back on place. When he was disappeared, and nobody know where he was about, and there was no announcement about firing him, I was interviewed by a Hong Kong-based channel called Hong Kong Hope China. Actually, I'm a kind of regular commentator for that channel every week. And they asked me about what happened with Qin Gang, and my guess was correct. I said it's not because of health reason, it's also not because of, relationship with women and this kind of thing, because if that is the reason, then everyone should be fired, right? So the real reason, I think, he is a victim of a power game, internal power struggle. They are actually, the one who fight him are the one who don't like Xi Jinping, because he's a Xi Jinping man, right? So it's too dangerous to fight Xi Jinping directly. But they found a mistake, and this is typical CCP or Communist Party. They allow all their functionaries and officials to be corrupted, take bribe and have women affair and all this, yeah. I mean, nobody care. Officially, no. Officially, you're not allowed. See, this is an interesting method. They let you do it, and then when they want to have a reason to fight you, then they use it as reason. You have been taking bribing, and you have secret lovers there and here and so on. So that is not the real reason. That's only the excuses. The real reason is, well, there are a lot of people who are jealous to this guy who make a rocket carrier. Yeah. So in an environment like the CCP, you should not be happy when you make a rocket carrier. Yeah, because a lot of people will fight you, will beat you. Now, why I say CCP is in the desperate situation? Not only this disappearing of the foreign minister is only a sign of desperate. Yeah, but there are many things that make them desperate. Look. Nothing is more important in a country is the economy. And the Chinese economy, as I mentioned in my previous episode, is in trouble. I said it since year 2015, that Chinese economy is going down. And I don't care what the communist propaganda say, because they are the biggest liars anyway. So we have crisis of real estate, like this Evergrande company is getting bankrupt at any moment. Yeah? We have tremendous unemployment problem, particularly young people. Young people, say around 20, in that group of people is probably 47% of them are unemployed, half of them. Imagine. That can be a volcano, can be a bomb, yeah? So, and also food shortage is getting problem also. Not only because of inflation, people don't have so much money to buy and so on, but even food storage is getting problem, because in the last 20, 30 years, China relied a lot in importing food. Now, what happened is their friends and their allied, Russia, is bombing the harbor in Black Sea. Yeah? And that Black Sea is a very important harbor for exporting foodstuff from Ukraine to the whole world. And Ukraine is one of the biggest foodstuff exporter in the world. Yeah? And a lot of them are going to China. And actually, one of the Russian rocket even hit on a ship leaving the harbor on its way to China with 60,000 tons of foodstuffs. And that was bombed and everything lost. So, and that, this is a tricky situation for China. Yeah? And but economy is a big problem, yeah. And now they are trying to fix the economy. You know what? This is the old trick. They used to start to build crazy infrastructure like new motorway, new bridges, new harbor, new airport. Because that can push up the GDP of a country. But this time it's a bit different, because the state doesn't have so much money in their money box. So this is what is new this time is Xi Jinping and his people are encouraging, or actually asking, ordering people, rich people, to invest in infrastructure. Instead of the state investing, now you are the ones going to invest. I tell you, do you dare not to do it? And you also know when you do it, you'll probably never get your money back. So that's a desperate situation, because one of the reasons for the economic crisis in China is because they have been putting pressure on the private enterprising. Xi Jinping started about 7-8 years ago talking about the state-owned companies should take more and more over the market, and the private-owned ones should, give space to the state-owned one. So this is a tremendous problem. So, and in their desperation, they invited Elon Musk and Henry Kissinger to come to China, and then they make a lot of propaganda just to show the people, a guy like the richest man in the world, he is also confident in the Chinese market. Well, Elon Musk has no other choice because he has already invested years ago in Shanghai, right, where we had Tesla's biggest factory. Of course, when the CCP want him to do something, he better say yes. Then Henry Kissinger, 100-year-old man. I mean, lucky for him that he's 100 years old. Yeah, but what can he do? Nothing. You see. So and another thing that make them desperate, what I've been talking is mainly the economic reason. But externally, I mean, diplomatically, politically, they are also in big trouble. Look, you know what has been going on in the past few weeks? 13 countries, America, France, England, UK, Germany, and many other Western European countries, Japan, Australia, just name it. They were having a historical biggest naval exercise north of Australia, south of China, in that area. And everybody knows that naval military exercise with an assumed enemy, and that is Communist China. So they better be desperate. And talking about military exercise, one of Communist China and also Xi Jinping very proud of is the so-called rocket army or rocket troop. That is a special division within the Chinese army where they are all specialists in rocket and missiles and robots and so on. And what happened is in American military documents, they suddenly expose or they publish an article talk about the Chinese rocket army. In Chinese called 火箭军, and they disclose all the details about this rocket army. It has been extremely top secret, kept. They told exactly where they are, where they have this kind of military base, and where they have this plant, and everything, all the detail. And short after, the head of the head commander of this rocket army was again disappeared. And probably he leaked out through his son who is studying in America. Probably. Anyway, a lot of things are making Xi Jinping and the leadership of CCP desperate. They are into a period of desperate. Thank you for today. Bye-bye.